Hello, everybody, and welcome back to the K&B Music Den. I am still Keith, and you, sir?
I'm Brad as always.
Brad, as always. Hey, buddy,
Brad as
we've
always.
got another one. We've got another brand new album. Well, it's been out for a little bit, but
We're late on this one.
a little late, but better late than never. This is an artist that I really admire that I've been into for quite a long time. Sufjan Stevens. I think he's really fantastic. Not to play my hand here too much already, but he just put out a new album called Javelin. So I'm gonna just show the folks at home here real quick what I already have in my collection. So I don't have everything, but I have a decent amount. There's an early one he had called "A Sun Came." Sorry about the glare. And then "Greetings from Michigan." Of course, Brad, I'm sure you're familiar with his much touted project that I don't think is ever going to happen, that he's going to do an album for all 50 states.
I'm still kind of mad at him for it.
Well, I have a theory. Well, and of course, Seven Swans is a beautiful album. And then, of course, this is considered, some people consider this one of the best albums ever made. I might be one of those people, actually. Illinois. This is just a stunning masterpiece of songwriting, musicianship, composer, lyrics. I mean, this is a unicorn. This is absolutely brilliant. But yeah, he did Michigan and then he did Illinois, and he said he's going to do an album for all 50 states. And then he just went on and did a bunch of other things, which are great. So I have it's more of a wish than anything, but I have this theory that he's been recording these albums all along and just not telling anyone. And then he'll release a massive 50 album box.
Oh my God.
Could you imagine?
That won't be cheap.
No. I would probably have to sell maybe even a vehicle to get that, but
yeah. Man.
But I do have the Avalanche, which is outtakes and extra songs from the sessions for Illinois. This is a whole nother freaking over an hour. Ridiculous. Amazing. The Age of Odds, which was a pretty well received one of his in his later years. And talk about well received. Carrie and Lowell. This is beautiful. Career standout to many, and I would find it hard to disagree. But we're here to talk about Javelin. Now, Brad, I did want to have you start us off here, and we could see I'm a pretty big fan coming into this. What is your history with Mr. Stevens?
My history is a little less in depth. I had Illinois, obviously the Michigan album, but I think that's really where that's where all I had. I've listened to Carrie Lowell. I mean, I've listened to a few of the other ones, but I'm definitely less versed in Sufjan than you are.
Okay. Now, what you've heard, particularly Illinois and all that, does it grab you? Do you think wow, this is pretty amazing stuff, or is it just kind of
I would say it's for me, I really enjoyed it. I love the concept of the 50 states. I really was excited about that.
Yeah.
When it didn't happen, it kind of bummed me out. So, I mean...
yeah, me too.
Because the Illinois album was fantastic. Michigan was very good in its own right as well.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Michigan's got some tremendous songs.
Yep.
So, yeah, I mean, in more recent years, I know Sufjan has done some collaborations, done some instrumental pieces that tend to lean even a little bit more towards the classical end of things. He's just so talented. Some things I enjoy to listen to more than others, just kind of what my tastes are.
Sure.
But I know if it's Sufjan, it's quality. That's something that I could count on.
Well, wasn't he dabbling in some electronic music as well, wasn't he?
Exactly.
Okay.
Yeah. I think this Age of Odds one has some electronic touches to it. And then, but you're right, he did some other collaborations and different things where it was just very, electronic. Okay. So again, I tend to lean a little more towards his stuff with the orchestration and the stuff where it's just like him and the guitar. His vocals are just they just grab me. I mean, they really grab me. He has a hushed voice, but again, for me, it comes back to the authenticity. I don't think it's an act. I don't think it's a put on.
No.
That's just him,
Oh,
So
I agree 100%. I mean, he's very genuine the way he comes off and sings. I mean,
yeah,
yeah.
yeah,
I mean, there's nothing, you know. You're right. I mean, it's a very it's calming. His voice.
yeah,
Yeah. So I mean, I definitely understand where you're coming from.
absolutely. So I'm gonna throw it to you for initial first impressions. What are your thoughts on Javelin?
Well, I'm just going to start right from the get go. The opening track, "Goodbye Evergreen." Oh my God.
Yeah.
Woo! So I mean, that was my initial thing was just wow. Um, Now I didn't do as much research on the end of this because of all the time constraints we have with some of the stuff we're doing.
Yeah.
But I know he just lost his partner. If
I
I'm
didn't know
not
that.
mistaken, huh?
I didn't know that.
Oh, you didn't?
No.
Yeah, his partner passed away.
Oh.
And I believe, if I'm not mistaken, this song is kind of about that. Um,
Yeah.
but
Wow.
Yeah, it's gorgeous. I mean, this song is absolutely gorgeous. Wow, you didn't hear that?
No, I'm I'm sorry. I'm actually a little
Oh,
emotional right now because I did not know that.
the
I
album
didn't
feels a little
really
different
do.
when you know it. I mean, the album
Yeah.
definitely has it resonates in the album.
My goodness. Wow. Well, my condolences. Geez. Wow. That must be really tough. Yeah.
Yeah.
Um, so I'm guessing, yeah, I know that there's a lot of beautiful music on this, and I guess it may have come out of pain, of grieving.
I believe a lot of it did. Yeah.
Did were you able to find out as you did that little bit of research, anything about the timeline of when these songs were written and recorded, coinciding or not with that tragedy, or?
I didn't. I just kind of opened up a thing to look into, see, when it was released, like what was going on, and I just found that article about his partner had passed away recently, um, and I believe they mentioned this song. And again, I'll have to make sure I'm saying it right, but I mean,
Yeah.
I believe when he passed, this was. I'm not sure if it was a nickname or something, but yeah, I think this song had
Oh wow.
connection to that. Yeah.
My goodness. Well, geez, this has hit me even more
Yeah.
than it already did. But yeah, goodbye Evergreen. I didn't write a ton of notes because a lot of this is just going to be from my heart, honestly.
Sure.
But I did pull out some lyrics that I thought were really good. So since we're talking about the opening song, um, and again, I didn't even know,
Mm-hmm.
but I just pulled out this lyric. Something just isn't right. I cut from the inside. I'm frightened of the end. I'm drowning in my self defense.
Yeah.
So wow.
Yeah, that thing's chock full of that whole first song.
Yeah.
Lyrically, is just beautiful. The
Yeah.
melody is beautiful. I immediately was drawn in as soon as I heard this first song.
Yeah. His hushed voice.
Mm-hmm.
The way he plays the guitar.
Oh,
Uh,
yeah.
dude, like, folks that follow the channel will know how blown away Brad and I were early this year by Keaton Henson.
Mm-hmm.
His newest album, House Party, I believe it was called.
Mm-hmm.
And you know, I mean, I'll just play my hand right now, buddy. I mean, this album has floored me.
Mm-hmm.
Floored me. And I didn't
I
even know
expected
this
you
was
to
the
say
story.
that.
Yeah.
Yeah, I expected you to say that.
Yeah. I think I will go so far as to say he has found on this album the perfect balance for me as a listener, the perfect balance between his singer songwriter side and his experimental side.
Mm-hmm.
It's absolutely perfect.
Yeah, I did mention in my notes that this was kind of his Yankee Hotel Foxtrot, in my opinion, where there was beautiful songwriting, beautiful standouts, and you get the experimentation in there beautifully.
Yeah. I mean, and again, I didn't know the backstory there, but just going off of the feeling I got from listening to it several times, and some of the lyrics I pulled out, I mean, dude, I mean, I think in time I will hold this in the esteem and regard as far as just opening yourself up and here are my thoughts on love. Here's what I've been through with love. I mean, this is coming into the neighborhood of Heartbreaker by Ryan Adams for me.
Yeah,
I mean, that's a huge statement from us. I mean,
I felt like coming into this, I was ready for you to come out and say this might be your record of the year. I thought just based on the sound of it, the songs, knowing which way you kind of lean on things, this felt like a Keith album, full of
yes,
through and through. So I had no doubt you were going to come in floored on this. I mean, I don't get me wrong, I love this album a lot, but
yeah.
yeah,
No, this is me after the probably after the first listen, but definitely after the second listen, immediately in the top 10 for this year for me.
oh
I know,
yeah, I'll
I
agree
don't
with
know
you.
where things are going to fall, not ranking wise yet, and we've still got more of the year to go. But yeah, that was not even a question. But okay, so let's talk about Will Anybody Ever Love Me? Holy crap.
Yeah,
Let me give you some lyrics for this one. Will anybody ever love me for good reasons, without grievance, not for
not for
sport?
sport. Yeah,
Dude, I don't know. I mean,
yeah.
I don't
I
know
wrote
if
that line down too.
yeah, I
Yeah,
knew you would. I mean,
yeah.
I don't know if I've heard a song. It's been quite a long time, if ever, that I've heard a song that's so simple about love and all of its
Mm-hmm.
perils and all of its great things and everything in between that was so eloquently and uniquely worded.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, that's one of the things that makes you mad when you try to write a song because you just
Yeah,
can't make it that easy. Like,
yeah. I mean, the lyrics on this album, all over this album, are effing phenomenal.
they are.
And he continues in that chorus. Will anybody ever love me? In every season, excuse me, in every season, pledge allegiance to my heart,
Mm-hmm.
to my burning heart.
Yeah,
And again, now that I know the story, holy crap.
yeah.
But wow, I mean, you know how we like to pick standout tracks, man. It's hard on this one. They're all like,
I tried.
yeah, I tried to.
I picked two or three that I really, for me, like Goodbye Evergreen to me is just I can't top that.
Yeah.
Will Anybody Ever Love Me was a standout. And then what was the other one that I really liked here? There was a bunch. Shit Talk was very interesting.
Yes.
For an 8-minute song,
Yes.
loved it.
That's a standout for me. And
Yep.
another one that I pulled lyrics from for us. So in Shit Talk, he says, this is great. Our romantic second chance is dead. I buried it with the hatchet. Quit your antics. Put them at the foot of the bed and set it on fire.
That's what I'm saying. Like his lyrics on this album come off as simple, but they're so eloquently put together and thought out that
Yes.
it just makes you mad that you can't do it.
Dude, that's the thing. I mean, like, to write, I mean, I hope, and I even pray that he recorded like a bunch more songs for this and just pick this together and then he'll do like another album that's the rest of the session, or like,
Yeah.
Javelin Plus, or whatever.
Yep.
Javelin Part 2. I mean, I hope there's more from these sessions because he's in a zone with this particular album, and he's always been in a great zone. But like I said, he's dabbled in different things, and I think that makes him very interesting.
Mm-hmm.
But like I said, for me, it's the perfect marriage of the singer-songwriter and the experimental. I mean, Goodbye Evergreen, for example, the opening track that you love so much, and I do too. You think it's kind of going to be a hushed piece the whole way through, and then this barrage of sound hits you out of nowhere, but it works.
Oh, absolutely. Yeah, I mean, to me, I always go back to the best art usually comes from some sort of pain or suffering or giant situation that goes on in someone's life because you got a lot of material to work from.
Yeah.
And if I'm reading that right, he did lose his partner recently, and I believe I did read that right.
Yeah.
I mean, you could tell this guy's just full of material, full of inspiration. Like I mean, even the song Javelin, what a unique song that was too. Like,
yeah,
what the hell is he talking about? So who's he?
Yeah,
who's he throwing Javelin at? I don't know, but even that song. I mean, there were so many. Like even the Red Little Fox.
Yeah.
What a unique little vocal line that is. That vocal melody that goes, that he has going through there.
Oh, Yeah, I mean, and you bring up a good point. I mean, we're raving about the lyrics, but the melodies, the
Mhm.
instrumentation, the production. I mean, everything about this is just like I said. It's flooring me, dude. It is flooring me.
I am to the point where for me, this is his best album he's ever released, in my opinion.
I, you know what? I think that might be my feeling as well.
Okay.
I need to live with it a little more. And Illinois has always been such a great. It's just been such a unique, special thing that I when I came across it, I'm just like I've never heard anything like this. It's so inventive. It's so
Hmm.
creative. It's so brilliant. So I have to live with this one a bit more before I could come right out and
Sure.
say that. Now I do have Illinois on vinyl. You know, so and
And you will get this on vinyl too, right?
well, that was going to be my question to you. Is this worthy of a platter for you in your collection?
Oh, absolutely.
Absolutely.
Oh, absolutely.
Okay, it is for me too.
Oh, you didn't wait very long at all.
Yeah, I
Okay.
couldn't wait, dude. Now, normally I
Good
would,
pickup.
yeah, dude, I had to. Normally I would steer people towards their independent local record stores, and please do that. But I can't. I'd be remiss not to let you folks know that I ended up finding this at Barnes and Noble, and they have an exclusive on this at Barnes and Noble where you get a 48-page book
Oh.
with artwork and essays by Sufjan.
Oh, well, that's
So,
pretty cool.
look, will anybody ever love me? Now,
Oh,
look
yeah.
at this is just the back cover. Now, by the way, the album cover is fantastic. Um,
Yeah.
and here's the back cover, which is similar to the cover of the album, but that's just like all different, art. But
It's
dude,
funny
there
you
are
mentioned art because one thing I wrote down here
yeah,
is that music, a lot of times you're either going to have art, some are just pop. Music's for all for different things.
yeah,
My brain all of a sudden just went, this isn't pop. This is a art. This is like a painting. This
yes.
is straight up art that I'm listening to and not just for fun. It's funny you mentioned the art part because yeah, this album was artistic all the way through.
Oh, dude, and most of this book is like looks like paintings, drawings, pictures. There's little, very tiny, a few word phrases here and there from some of the songs. Um, but a lot of it is just like that collage type artwork that you see on the cover.
Mm-hmm.
I'm just randomly picking like this one has a bunch of trucks, I think, right? Is that what I saw there?
Yeah,
And then, but
that's
it's
pretty.
just, I
That's
mean,
pretty
and it's
cool.
like,
You get that.
yeah, and it reminds me, that book that you showed recently for the Smashing Pumpkins
Yeah.
Melancholy thing. Now that has a lot of lyrics and different things. But yeah, I mean, this is I just noticed this here. It's got a bunch of album covers on like a wall. Um, it's got like Van Halen 1984, Run DMC, Robert Palmer, Kiss, Donna Summer, The Cars, Stevie Wonder, Springsteen, Born in the USA, and it's just like behind this woman's face. I don't know how well you guys can see what I'm talking about, but just
Wow.
really, really cool. Yeah. So when I saw it had that exclusive book, and I saw it there, I had to pull the trigger. Um, so yeah, man. This album I've listened to it. Gosh, I don't even know. Probably 6 times already. I have not yet listened to the vinyl because I just got it, but I've listened to it through my phone. So I'm gonna pick a time where you know no one's around and I can really just feel the warmth of this through vinyl and these
Yeah.
songs. And yeah, like I said, hearing the backstory now, wow, I didn't even know we had a partner. So
Yeah.
yeah, so wow, yeah. But folks, this album, like I said, it's flooring me. I've said it before, I'll say it again. It's flooring me.
Mm-hmm.
Um, it's gorgeous. Like Brad so eloquently put, it's not just a bunch of songs. It's a piece of art.
It is.
So I don't know, man. You gonna be slapping down some money for this one soon or what?
Probably. Yeah, that
Yeah,
was probably going to end up in the collection.
yeah, yeah. And it's funny you mentioned earlier because it did cross my mind. I was like, is this his best album ever? Um,
I think it is.
I think it might be.
Yeah.
I really think it might be. Because Illinois, that second side, there's a lot of instrumentation and some longer passages. For what it is, especially musically, it's absolutely mind-blowingly brilliant. But you're not always in the mood for that per se. Whereas this just pulls me in and changes my mood.
This is a complete album. It's fantastic.
Yeah. This is this is a remarkable achievement for this gentleman who's been giving us so much for, over 2 decades now, I guess it is. So, yeah, very happily added that to my vinyl collection. So there is Javelin, folks. So let us know what you think. If you're not all that familiar with Sufjan, I would just listen to this new album. If you are familiar, I didn't get around to hearing the new Sufjan, or I didn't know he put one out this year, or holy crap, seek it out. I think it's kind of on the level like I was with Paul Simon's album. It just really grabs you, and it's just a beautiful piece of art, like you said so eloquently earlier. So I'll keep gushing for hours, so I will wrap this up instead. You're all welcome. But thanks, Brad, and I hope to see you with a copy of Javelin soon. And as always, thanks for watching the KB Music Den. That is Brad. I am Keith. Please like this video, share it on social media, subscribe to the channel, smash the bell for notifications. We've got a lot of cool stuff coming up, and stick around. And hey, the end of the year is not too far away. We got more albums coming out, and then we'll have to do our top 10. It's going to be tough this year, buddy.
It is. This ain't an easy one.
Which is it's a good problem to have for us music lovers.
It is, yeah.
All right, folks. Thanks again, Brad. You're the best, and we'll talk to you guys real soon. Go check out Javelin by Sufjan Stevens. Take care.